Hello guys, welcome to Ashley Lancelot Show. We are going to be doing how to fight from the monster manual or the Pathfinder or both, or from other D20s monster manual. At that point, we're using the 5th edition right now. We are going to be doing a thing on Intellect Devourer. Intellect Devourer is a very interesting type of creature. It is one of the creature that you can fool you. It can disguise the surrounding, or if you're asleep and if you fail your checks, you might be hollowed out from your head and become something else. Intellect Devourer has been used a lot in the Forgotten Realms, a lot of the games as well, especially in lower levels. They are basically the servants of the Mind Flayers, and they are basically creatures from the Underdark, I believe. I'm gonna read I'm gonna read what they are, what they do, and what kind of powers they have, damages, and also how to kill it. So for Intellect Devourers, Intellect Devourer remembers a walking brain protected by a crusty covering, a set of bestial claws. Legged, this foul aberration feed on the intelligence of sentient creatures like you and me, or anyone that is like us or smarter, taking over the victim's body on behalf of its Mind Flayer's master. Not all Intellect Devourer have a Mind Flayer master. A lot of time they can be free to roam and act as their own. Rarely, but most of the time it does happen. Left the creation, Mind Flayer breeds Intellect Devourer to serve as roaming hunters of the Underdark, creating an Intellect Devourer by taking the brains of a thrall, subjecting it to a horrible ritual. As it sprouts legs, the brains becomes an intellect predator, as twisted as evil as its master. Their deadly puppet master, Intellect Devourer, consumes a creature's mind, memories, then turns the host body into a puppet under its control. Intellect Devourer typically uses its puppet host to lure others into the domain of the Mind Flayers to be enthralled or consumed. On the Mad Mage campaign, they took over some of the Bugbear's body, but the creature doesn't know they have a master or not. But a lot of times they really don't. They just roam around. A lot of times they're miles and miles and miles away from their masters, the Mind Flayers, or they're free on their own malicious will. And sometimes there can be a case for it. Sometimes a Mind Flayer can die, has no tether with the Intellect Devourer whatsoever as well. These are very vicious creatures. They could be living amongst us in D&D games and stories. The one nobles or the king could be one of them as well, taking control of a whole kingdom and so forth. Intellect Devourer is a tiny aberration, lawful evil. It has armor class of 12. Its hit points can be 21, or 64 plus 6. Strength is -2, +2 to dex, +1 to con, +1 to intelligence, +0 to wisdom, +0 to charisma. Let's see here. Skills proficiency is perception, stealth, damage resistance against bludgeoning, piercing and slashing from non-magical weapons. So regular weapons on those types will take half damage for it. Immunities is blinded. Yeah, because it has no eyes. It's a big brain. Sense blind sight 60 feet. As a language, he understands deep speech, but he can't speak, but telepathically within 60 feet, but also takes the memory of his previous victims, so he can learn their languages as well. Talent rating is 2. His ability is Detect Sentience. The Intellect Devourer can sense the presence and location of any creature within 300 feet of it that has an intelligence of 3 or higher, regardless of interposing barrier, unless the creature is protected by a mind blank spell. Rarely people don't use it. Rarely a lot of the spellcasters don't have it in their spell slots. This action is multi-attack. Is one attack with his claws and use Devour Intellect. And his claws is a +4 attack, reach 5 feet. 2 2d4 plus 2 slashing damage, so it does a lot for a low level adventure in that case. Devour Intellect. The Intellect Devourer targets one creature it can see within 10 feet of it that has a brain. The target must succeed on a DC 12 intelligence save, throw against this magic, or take 11 or 2d10 physical damage, so you can do 20 damage max. Also, on a failure, roll a 3d6. If the total succeeds or exceeds the target intellect score, the score is reduced to 0. The target is stunned until it regains at least 1 point of intelligence. So it's going to drain your he's going to stun you by making it very dumb. In that case, this is a perfect way for it to start cracking your skull and devouring your brain. Body theft. Its last ability. The Intellect Devourer initiates an intelligent content with an incapacitated humanoid within 5 feet of it. If it wins the contest, the Intellect Devourer magically consumes the target's brain, teleports into the target's skull, and takes control of the target's body. While inside a creature, the Intellect Devourer has total cover against attack and other effects originating outside its host. So whatever that character or has armor, wherever, it becomes part of its AC, part of its attack, and so forth as well. While looking inside the creature, the Intellect Devourer has Intellect Devourer retains intelligence, wisdom, and charisma score, as well as understanding of deep speech and telepathic in its traits. In other words, adopts target's statistics as known everything the creature knew, including spells, language. If the host drops to 0 hit point, the Intellect Devourer must leave it a protection from good and evil spell. Cast on the body drives the Intellect Devourer out. The Intellect Devourer is also forced out of the target, regains its devoured brain by means of a wish. By spending 5 feet of its movement, the Intellect Devourer can voluntarily leave the body, teleporting to the nearest unoccupied space within 5 feet of it. The body then dies unless the brain is restored within 1 round. So basically, when it gets into your head, you die unless you use a protection from good or evil, or somehow magically teleport that brain outside its body. And you probably want to do a restoration spell on it to regain back its brain. I don't think a healing potion will do that. But only way you can also get through it is hacking and slashing your friend, party member, or some person to basically reduce to 0 and remove the Intellect Devourer out. It's very vicious, especially for a lower level, especially if you split the party and you get hit by a 1 and you lose, and that Intellect Devourer becomes that character and basically turn all your party members into a husk of a lifeless body, or take them to a mind flayer and have a nice gourmet meal. Only way you can kill it is basically destroy the body, stomp the brain. Or if you have a cleric, you can remove it, but either way, the person that basically got his brain devoured is still have a very high chance of not coming back, unless you somehow have a very high level wizard or final wizard that has a wish spell, or another cleric or restoration to spell that cast to retain that body back. But that's one of those main things that it is hypothetically, for low levels, it's impossible. For higher levels, it's a different story. You may have the funds, the money, and so forth to do that, and so as well. Very vicious, very good, effective on a beginning level. Just need one of them, and have them be controlled by a leader of some sort in a prison cell, like Neverwinter Nights did, or some kind of dungeon. Take control of a nobleman, so forth as well. Have them bend to the adventurer's will, have their way to just basically control them and just slowly take them little by little, as the Intellect Devourer can. They're very smart creatures, just letting you guys know. But again, just say bye-bye to your party member or someone that you cared for and kill it. If it's like a bugbear that you do is a monster in a dungeon, kill that and stomp the brain. So yeah, let me guys know what you guys think about the Intellect Devourer. It's a very interesting creature. It's very brutal way to start a campaign. I always have them be level 2 to 4 to go against them, because they are very tricky, and if they don't know how to kill the precise way, or they don't know if it is an Intellect Devourer. A lot of times they don't know it is an Intellect Devourer inside that person, inside the husk of a body. The element of surprise can also make the adventure a lot more fun, or kill the whole party. Just letting you know. That happened to me before, but that's up to you guys, whoever DMing it, and up to you guys, whoever wants to use this creature. And letting you guys know, your party member can make another character. You may love that character, but you don't want to die, right? Kill the body, stomp the head. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, like, and share, and I'll talk to you guys later. And have a great day, guys. Bye.